All righty. Let me post this link to Patreon. Welcome, everybody. I'm starting today's stream just a tad early so that people have time to join on in before we fully get started on my bullet journal spreads for the rest of November. Let me turn the brightness down a little bit here. Hello, Holly. Welcome. First one here. Perfect. Let me know if everything is looking and sounding okay. Don't forget to change over from top chat to live chat so you're not missing out on any of the conversation. Let's see. I have Jake on text, just making sure that the audio is set right. Volume levels are correct. Let's see here. Okay, Holly says everything is sounding good. Let me know if you think I should turn it up. I'm not, Jake, if you wanted to come in here and check on those levels, I'm still like a little unsure of where it should be at the moment. But in the meantime, I'll welcome everybody in before we get started. Hey, Becca. Hi, Steph. Holly said, what is your drink today? Today I have a yerba mate, my favorite form of caffeination. So cheers, everybody. All right. Hello, Sammy. Welcome in. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to today's bullet journaling live stream. If you were here yesterday, this is essentially like a part 2 of yesterday's stream. So I am going to be not only setting up the rest of my weekly spreads in my bullet journal, but I'm also going to be getting everything properly filled out and ready to go for the start of November. So today is going to be a really fun stream. I'll also give you guys a little look back and a little flip through of everything that we set up yesterday. Yesterday was such an incredible, super long, super fun monthly Plan With Me live stream. The replay of that is available to watch anytime on my YouTube channel if you missed it. But what we did is we chose a theme for my November bullet journal spreads, and we set up all of my monthly spreads. So we ended up going with this Autumn Nights themed sticker collection. This is the newest sticker collection that I just released in my shop yesterday. Here are the leftovers I have after setting up all of my monthly spreads. But we're going to be using the rest of the stickers to set up some weekly spreads for the rest of November today. And I'm very excited to hang out with you guys again. Yesterday was just like so much fun getting to hang out with you guys all day. So I am very excited that we get a part 2 today. This is really like a full live stream bullet journal focused weekend. And I think it's the perfect way to carry us into the new month. So I hope you guys are settled in, nice and cozy. As usual, let me know what you guys are up to while you're watching today. I always love knowing. Let me know what you're drinking. Let me know what your Sunday vibe is today. Are you working on your bullet journal with me? Are you running errands, doing chores, just laying in bed, relaxing? I always love to know. Okay. Before I get started as well, I have some kitties in here with me. We have Luna. Oh, let's see if I can get her. There we go. Luna right here. And then right across here, we have a sage butt. So I have 2 kitties keeping me company today, which I love. Always makes bullet journaling that much more fun when you have some adorable kitty company. So Sage and Luna say hello to all of you, and they will be hanging out with us at least for now. And they're both facing me and looking at what I'm doing. It's very cute. All right, so if everything is looking and sounding good and we're all ready, I think I'm going to just jump right into doing a little flip through of what I set up yesterday. Let me also double check that all of my links posted here, that everything is showing up properly. Perfect. Sammy is working on their weekly while watching. Becca is currently on a road trip to Missouri. Holly says, can I see what you did last stream? I left after your cover spread, I think, or a couple pages after that. Absolutely. Sammy's not drinking anything right now, just finished a tea. Holly's drinking an orange squash. Dr. Pepper for Steph. All right, so let's back up and flip through everything that I set up with you guys yesterday. Again, the full replay of this live stream is available if you are wanting to check it out. But in the meantime, I will give you a full flip through in case you didn't get to see any of these spreads. So we, again, used my Autumn Nights sticker collection for this theme. We started with this cover spread, which took up like probably 3 or 4 hours of that nearly 6-hour live stream. We just spent working on this cover spread, taking our sweet time with it, but I absolutely love how this turned out. I had so much fun playing with the watercolor all over the spread, really going hard with experimenting and just having fun with it. So I have this red, warm-toned, fall woodsy background with watercolors. I used some of my stickers for some decoration on top. I used some white acrylic paint to do this November header, and then watercolor sparkles on top and watercolor paint splashes on bottom. I love how this turned out. After that, we have a pretty simple November calendar spread. I did a like floating box style is what I call this. So each day gets an individual box that's 6 spaces wide by 6 spaces tall. And then that takes up the entire spread with a nice little side section for my monthly header and some sticker weekly headers at the top and sticker number circles in the boxes. Holly said, with my theme, I was wondering what should I do for the rest of the art for my month? Any ideas? I really like the idea, Holly, you could do little illustrations of just the marshmallows or just candy cane or just holly leaves, something like that. Hey, Lauren, welcome in. So happy to see you. All right, so after my calendar, I created my November mood and reflection spread. This is a spread that I created last month for the first time to keep track of my mood and the specific things impacting it. And this was a really great spread for me. It really helped me out a lot in being like present with myself, knowing what I could do to help myself to make my days a little bit better. And I very consistently filled this out throughout the month of October. So right away, I knew I wanted to carry it over into November. So this is my mood and reflection spread. After that, I have a monthly live stream schedule, which is just a printable calendar from my $1 Patreon tier. Very quick and easy setup, so I can just write down my full November live stream schedule here. I then have on the opposite side a blank space for a photo memory wall. In October, I really enjoyed putting in photos into my it was like on the right side of my monthly brain dump page. So I figured since I did that for October, I would just create a dedicated space for that on this spread. So that's what we've got there. Then what I started with, we have my brain dump. This is just a blank catch-all space for the month. I love the decoration along the top and bottom here. And again, all of these stickers are from that Autumn Nights sticker collection. The monthly kit, decorative sheet, and functional add-on sheet are the 3 shop listings that make up that whole collection. But yeah, so much fun using these stickers for the first time. And then I finished that live stream off by setting up this weekly spread for the first week of November. So this is actually starting tomorrow. So we have October 30th through November 5th. This is also just a printable that I use, or that I have posted under my $5 Patreon tier. So if you're interested in, or if you enjoy like this weekly or this calendar page that I had here, you can gain access to both of those along with my entire printable library by joining the $5 Patreon tier. So this is where we have left off. So I have all of my monthly spreads set up. I have my first weekly spread set up. And what I've been doing the last few months that has been really working for me is I have been pre-setting up all of my weekly bullet journal spreads for the month. This has really been helping me to be consistent with using my journal. When I just have my weeklies all ready to go for the whole month and I don't have to worry about setting those up mid-month, I still do set up new spreads in my bullet journal throughout the month because I really love doing daily logs here and there. But when it comes to my weeklies, it's nice to have them all set up at once at the beginning of the month. And then I can start already planning those weeks in a little bit more detail ahead of time. So that has been working very well for me. That's something I will be continuing during November, and I'll be setting up all the rest of my November weeklies with you guys here today. So that is going to be our first task. Our first mission of this live stream is going to be to get all of my November weeklies set up and ready to go. And I have some ideas of some layouts that I would like to do, specifically some that really worked for me last month and the month before. So yeah, that is what we're going to start with. We're going to start setting up some weeklies. Holly said, I'm thinking about ordering a special cardigan from Taylor Swift, her 1989 cardigan that she released 2 days ago. Got a day left today to order, but I'm still hit or miss about it. And I think I might ask for it for my birthday. That's a tough decision, Holly. I think a lot of us can relate to that feeling of like really wanting to make a certain purchase. But just having that back and forth of like, oh, like, should I get it now? Should I wait for my birthday? Should I just ask for it? Should I not get it? But I hope that one way or another, you get your Taylor Swift cardigan because that sounds adorable. Okay, so for these weekly spreads here, I have gotten some different sticker kits out. So like I said, I do have all of the leftover Autumn Night stickers from yesterday's setup. But this Autumn Nights collection is actually a combination of some past stickers that I've created. So I got out 2 of the original collections that made up this Autumn Nights sticker kit, hoping that we can kind of like mix all of those together. So the other 2 kits that I got out for this whole setup are the woodland and the fall leaves sticker collections. So you can see from the illustrations right off the bat here that it looks pretty familiar, and that's because the animals and the leaves from both of these collections made their way into the sticker collection that we used yesterday. So I figure I'll start off with the first weekly spread today, sticking to the original theme. But as I go through the month and I want to mix things up a little bit, I think I'll dig into both of these other fall collections that I have already created in the past. So it's going to be very fun. I'm excited to dig into these spreads, and let's just jump right in. So one spread I really loved throughout this this week is my current weekly spread, which is this Dutch door style weekly. So I want to do another one of these. This spread not only is so aesthetically pleasing, but it also just holds, like, it has so much room for each day. So functionally, I think this is a really awesome weekly spread, and aesthetically as well. I also want to do this trick again of combining multiple headers together to make one long decorative scene. I just thought that turned out so fun. So that is going to be my inspiration for this second week of November. All right. So I have 3 headers right here that I think would probably work perfectly for this. So let's just go ahead and create that top scene first. So I'm going to start with my center sticker. I'm going to take this long header from my Autumn Nights monthly kit, and I am going to cut it in half. Did not cut that very straight. All right, and then I'm going to stick that up at the top here, lining it up with the center seam. Like that. Stick in the other side. I actually did just hear that, Holly. I just saw when I was posting this actually on YouTube. Okay, and then I'm going to, so here's how I'm going to combine these together. This is going to be fun. I love doing little sticker hacks like this. So what I'm going to do here is cut off the right side of this header, everything that is on the right side of this stump. So I'm going to cut out this whole chunk there. And then I'm also just going to cut off a little bit of this black border, specifically the part that curves. So I'm going to snip that off. And now, here is where the magic happens. I am going to stick this in like this to essentially like continue this side of this header. And I'm going to strategically place the stump and the bird on the seam here. And it's going to make it look like this header just continues on. Now, I'm going to reposition it ever so slightly because you can see right here, I'm like slightly off. And I know that it won't be too difficult for me to get it perfect. So what I'm going to do is peel this side up, and then I'm going to reposition this line to, again, just like perfectly line up. That's beautiful. Oh, a little bit more to the right. There we go. So there we have like seamlessly created this longer sticker out of 2 different stickers. I love this technique so much. Hey, Gina, welcome in. To everybody else joining on in, welcome. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are ready for another fun-filled weekend afternoon of bullet journaling. And thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to change over from top chat to live chat at the top of the chat window. And if you're joining on in, let me know what you're up to today. Okay, so I'm cutting off now the left side of this third header, and that is going to complete our extended scene here. Cut off a little bit more of this curved section. Perfectly line it up. Oh, the 2 cats are so cute in here. All right, and there is our final product. I blew my own mind last month, or last Plan With Me, when I did this for the current weekly that I'm using right now. I couldn't believe that I had never done that before, because it works out so perfectly with all of these horizontal header stickers. It's like so easy to create these seamless scenes. For this one here, what I did to cover up this connection point between them is that one side of it had the tree already. The red side of the sticker had this tree at the end. So with black marker, I just drew in the other half of the tree, and it created this perfect transition. But yeah, as soon as I did that last time, I knew I wanted to bring that trick back. So it's really fun to see how it works so well again with these like rounded headers here. Becca said, that sad moment when the live stream suffers because you're on the road driving up and down hills in the rain. Oh no, Becca, I hope you don't lose service completely. I hope you can still stay in the stream for as long as possible. Let me see here. And let me also brighten up my GoPro super quick. We have a slightly newer, updated setup. So it just means that I'm still trying to fine tune everything. So thank you for bearing with me. Let's see. Is that better? It's a little bright now. Maybe it was better the other way. Hello, Aubrey. Welcome in. You have not missed much. This is the first spread that I've started working on so far, and it is just a weekly spread for the second week of November. And I started by creating this really long scene at the top, piecing together 3 different stickers. It worked out so well. It was so easy. You can always rewind a bit if you want to check that part of the stream out. Okay, I think I did actually like it a little less bright. There we go. That's better. Oh no, Holly, there was a mid-roll advertisement that made you jump. I'm sorry about that. I hate that. That always gets me too. Okay. So we've got this scene up at the top here. So what I'm going to do, like I said, this is going to be a Dutch door. Oh, and that actually just made me realize if this is a Dutch door, then I want this to be on the page behind this. So I'm going to see if I can sneakily peel this whole bit back up here. And it looks like I'm going to be successful. It's not giving me too much of a hard time. This particular journal, the paper is slightly more fragile, but fortunately I will just be cutting this piece off. So it's okay if the paper rips a little bit. So I'm just going to stick this to the side because I'm glad I remembered this. Like I said, I want this to be a Dutch door spread. So what that means is I am going to cut off the whole top of this page here. So I just need to decide where I want to cut it. Let me see where my pencil is. Let's see. I feel like my pencil is still just sitting around here somewhere. Here it is. So I'm going to do a little header under this, I think. So I'm going to chop it here. So I'm going to take my crafty scissors. Holly says, when I see you cut the page, I always hold my breath because when I do it, it leaves those jagged edges, and I hope it doesn't happen to you. I never seem to really have an issue with that, Holly. A good trick for cutting straight is to try to do nice long cuts. Since the scissor is straight, if you do like one long cut, at least that cut should be straight. But yeah, fortunately, I never really have too much of an issue with jagged lines when cutting my Dutch doors. So one long snip. And I also follow the dots on the dot grid. That is also what helps me to keep my lines straight when cutting something like this, is I'm just following the dots. Okay, so I cut that. So now I just need to get rid of this flap. So I have a little X-Acto knife. Hey, Sandy, welcome in. No, we have only been streaming for about 28 minutes so far, so you have not missed a lot at all. And this is the first spread that I'm setting up today. So I just did a flip through of all of my November spreads that I created during yesterday's stream. And now I'm getting to work setting up the rest of my weekly spreads for November. We set up one yesterday, and now I'm moving on to the second week of November. And this is going to be a Dutch door weekly spread in the same style as this week's. All right, so using my X-Acto knife carefully. Try not to cut too deep. X-Acto knives are always tricky, I feel like. I never have a good sense of how deep I'm cutting. I'm going to use my X-Acto knife a little more with a little backing page. Becca said, where do you get your inspiration for your spreads from? Is it something you come up with yourself, or do you get inspiration from other creators? It is a combination of everything at this point, Becca. I think when I was in my first few years of bullet journaling, I would a lot of the times get more direct inspiration from other creators, meaning that I would find a spread I really liked and do an actual, like, intentional sort of recreation of it in my bullet journal. These days, though, I would say my inspiration is a little bit more like organically built into my process. So, as I'm, on social media, especially looking at photos that I'm tagged in of my customers using my stickers, I'm just naturally getting ideas. So when I sit down for a live stream like this, I usually don't have too much planned out. It really is like I sit down and instantly I start to kind of get a little bit of an idea of what I want to create today. So, for example, for this spread, the inspiration for this was just that I've really been loving my current weekly. This spread here has been working out really, really well for me. So because of that, I knew that I wanted to recreate something similar here. So that is exactly why I'm planning on creating this spread, but that inspiration process looks different depending on what I'm making. Sometimes I get the ideas for spreads I create from the chat during live streams like this. But yeah, at this point, like inspiration comes a little bit from everywhere, from videos I watch, the posts I see on Instagram, from the people in the chat talking about what they want to see. Um, but yeah, I think that that's one thing that makes this process really fun is just being able to pull inspiration from so many different sources makes it so that, I'm still bullet journaling 7 years later and I feel like I'm never running out of ideas. All right, so now I repositioned my header up there. So now it will show up no matter which way I flip my Dutch door. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little header, like a monthly header underneath this scene at the top. Hey, Fatima, welcome in. Amber said, I'm watching you on my phone and Joshi Corinne's live on my laptop. Oh my God, Jess is live streaming now too. I love that. And I love the creative dual live stream watching. That is awesome. Okay. So I think I want to maybe do some watercolor under here. And then the other thing too is we really didn't bring any craft paper back into these spreads after this cover spread. So I think I want to do a craft paper bit at the bottom and have that be the bottom of this Dutch door spread. So I'll start with that. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut another section off of this Dutch door, this time at the bottom. So this is going to make my whole Dutch door be this like middle flap. So I'm going to go like this. I love how much crossover and overlap Jess's audience and my audience have, because it means that whenever we're live streaming at the same time, I always have people like coming into this stream and popping over to Jess's. I love that. I think it's so sweet. It's truly a bullet journal filled Sunday. All right. So here we go. This is going to be my full Dutch door flap. And in this middle section is where I'm going to have my daily sections. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip the top edge of this craft paper here, because I always love a good ripped edge. And I'm going to measure here how much I want to rip it down. I would say to about there. So just going to try to rip this as straight as possible. And to get straight rips, I find that the key is the opposite of what I said with scissors, and it's doing really short rips. Hey, Laura, welcome in. Hey, Olympia. I always get so excited when I see all you familiar names and faces popping in, especially when you're not there when it starts. Then I get so excited when somebody new comes in. And I love that you guys always say hey in the chat and like announce to me when you've joined. It's one of the little simple joys of live streaming. All right, that is perfect. So now I am just going to cut this down to size here. Hello, Cherie. So happy that you made it today. I'm a little busy at the moment, but as soon as I'm done with this craft paper, I am definitely going to take a drink. Holly said, I finished my cover spread. I sent it to you. I need some suggestion. Should I color the title November or leave it blank? Let me check it out, Holly, and I'll let you know what I think. Olympia said, I'm only here for a hot second while I get my second coffee. I'm so happy you at least popped in and said, hey, Olympia. And hello, future Olympia on the replay. Okay, Holly, I think you should color November in, and I think you should do it like light blue, like the lighter blue on your coffee mug. That's what I think. Or yellow, blue or yellow, whichever one calls to you most. All right, so time to stick this in. So I'm going to first trim it in half so it fits each side of this spread perfectly. And then this craft paper is from Blick Art Store, and it's a roll of craft paper that is water activated adhesive on the back, just like how you lick an envelope. So I am going to go ahead and give it a lick. You could also use like a damp sponge or something like that if you don't like to lick water activated adhesive. I know some people really hate licking envelopes and stuff like that. So you can always use a little damp sponge. All right, there is one half in. And now the other half. Let me trim that to size as well. Give it a snip. Both of the cats are so cute and sleepy. All right, second side in, gorgeous. I really love this craft paper roll. I've been using this for a long time now too, and there is still so much left, but I just love how it strips like this because it's just so easy to use for bullet journaling specifically. Just like having that nice straight line, having it be nice and long so I can create these long strips of it. It's just a really great little product. Oh my God, Olympia, stop it. You got a cat. Oh my God, a 3-year-old tabby named Marmite. Okay, that is a freaking adorable name for a cat. I love that so much. And a little tabby. Oh man, that is so cute. I have Sage across from me who, as I'm sure you might know, is also an adorable little tabby cat. So I love that you have your own tabby. She's 3. Her name's Marmite. Cheers to that, Olympia. Congratulations on the new family member. That is so exciting, so adorable. I love hearing about when you guys get a new cat. Sammy said, "Who here has cats? I have two tabbies named Leo and Honey." Oh my God, yes, I would love to know who has cats. I feel like the crossover of cats and bullet journaling is pretty heavy. Like a lot of bullet journalists, it seems like, have cats. Maybe it's also just like because Luna has always been so much a part of my brand that a lot of cat lovers watch my content. But that is, man, that is just so awesome, Olympia. I love that. Love that for you. Okay. So we've got the bones of the spread laid out. September has 3 cats. Becca said, out of all your bullet journaling supplies, which would you say is your absolute favorite to use? I mean, that is such a tough question. My favorite to use, I feel like there's different ways I could answer that. If it's like, if I could only have one supply and that's it, I feel like it would have to be a pen. And I would probably choose my Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen. I've been using this brush pen since I started bullet journaling 7 years ago, and it is still my favorite. It's how I basically get all of the lettering that I really love in my bullet journal. For example, this black lettering. And I also can write normally with it. So I use this pen in a majority of my weekly spreads, just writing out my to-do lists. I use it for my like diary journaling, free writing. I use this pen for so much. So as far as like a staple supply, it would definitely be this pen. But if I'm thinking about like what supply is the most fun to use, and I imagine that I still have a pen I can write with, then I would say my stickers. That's kind of like a cheat. I feel like a cheating answer. Obviously, I love my stickers. They make up the bulk of my bullet journaling. But outside of my stickers, think watercolor. I love watercolor in my journal, and it's not the most like functional supply. It takes a little longer to use. You have to have the right journal for the job, but I always have so much fun using watercolor in my journal. And speaking of, let's do a little watercolor here. I'm just going to switch out my water really quick because I still have yesterday's water. But real quick, look at what a pretty like orange color the water churned. Usually my paint water just churns like gray because it's like such a mix of colors. But since we had a very warm toned color scheme yesterday, I have some fall spooky pumpkin orange water. So I'm going to change my water real quick and then I'll come back. All right, got some fresh water. Letitia has a cat named Amy. Amber has an old man dog that just turned 11 named Tank, 70-pound Aussie Shepherd / German Shepherd. I love the name Tank. That's awesome. He's terrified of cats. Oh, that's hilarious. A big old dog could eat a cat in one bite if he wanted, but is scared. That is just so classic. Take these shoes off. All right. Let's do some watercolor. Since I was just talking about how much fun the watercolor was. So I got all my watercolors sitting over here. Let's grab those. Bring them over for the party. Okay, I just want to do like a light colored splashy background here as a base for my black lettering for this header. So that is the goal right now. All right. So I'm going to try to stick to like the lighter colors here, lighter yellows, greens, oranges, and reds. Hello, Antoinette. Welcome in. Always such a pleasure to have you pop into the live stream. All right, and I'm going to make sure to keep this above my Dutch door flap. So I'm actually just going to draw a line here so I don't get confused. It's been a while. I thought so. I was like, sometimes I'm not sure if I'm just tripping, but I was like, I feel like it's been a while since you've popped into a stream, Antoinette. Welcome in. So happy to have you here today. I'm just setting up a weekly spread for the second week of November, and I am going to be setting up all of my November weeklies today. Okay, so I want to do I want to do a splash or just a line? I think I actually just want to do more of like a line. So I'm going to churn this, give myself a good angle here. Grab some yellow. I'm going to see, I think at this point, maybe I'll see about kind of gradienting this a little bit. Little orange. More orange. All right, and then bring in a little bit of red at the end. All right, that turned out pretty good. For doing like a straight line, I would expect it to end up a little more wonky, but I do like that. Okay, so we're going to be doing some black lettering on top of that. I'll let it dry a bit first. Hey, Luxury Card Store, welcome in. Thank you so much. Take a sip of my yerba. Exactly, Antoinette. Always have to have a drink during a Planning with Kay stream. Otherwise, how will you obey Cherie's drink requests? Okay, so let me think here. Start to think about what headers I want to use for my weeklies here. These are always good options. They fit this space quite nicely. What I will do first is I'm going to draw in my dividing lines. So let me grab my ruler. Go. And I'm going to draw a dividing line on the halfway point of each of these sections here. Like that. Oh, Cherie said I should have worn my witch's hat for this live stream since this is our last live stream before Halloween. Cherie, your wish is, or should I say, your witch is my command. I'll be right back. I'll turn my camera off for dramatic effect. You guys are so not even ready for this. Okay, here we go. Ready for the reveal? 1, 2, 3. I love this witch's hat so much. It's so dramatic. What I really need to do is scoop up Luna and she can complete my witch's outfit, but she is sleeping so peacefully. I do not want to bother her. Sammy said, I work on Halloween, but I went to a party as Velma with my partner who is Shaggy. Oh, I love that. Such a good couple's costume. All right, we're going to keep the witch's hat on for as long as my patience will allow. Although this hat actually is very comfy. So, I don't even mind it. And it looks hilarious in frame. September said, I gotta wear mine. Oh my God. You guys, if anyone else has a witch's hat, put it on. I would love to see it. Take a little selfie of yourself, tag me on your Instagram story, please. It would be so funny if we're all wearing witches' hats while watching the stream. Thank you for reminding me, Cherie, that I have this gem here. Let's see. I'm going to post a little Instagram story. Perfect. This is a costume party now. This is our Halloween party. Might as well post the live stream link again. Hey, Randy, welcome in. Thank you so much. I have to thank Cherie for reminding me that I even own this. And that was a perfect little distraction to have our watercolor up here dry. So I'll just go in with my header now. And I think I'll do my header in the middle and then maybe have a little bit of decoration creep in from the sides. Let me see. Like these pretty ferns here. Maybe I'll actually do that first. Or maybe I'll do the ferns at the bottom. Or maybe a little bit of both. Let's see. I like the acorns. The acorns provide some really good, easy decoration. Nicola said, my cat is sitting on mine and won't get off, being too witchy. You know, that's so funny because Luna loves to sit on this hat as well. We have it like up on our bookshelf usually, and she'll sometimes go up onto that shelf and sleep on this particular hat. So something about cats, they just know. They can sense the witchy vibes. Nicola said, will the autumn kit be in the digital store? Yes, it is actually already available digitally. If you go to my website, it should be like front and center at the top of my webpage. It has the physical stickers. Yeah, so if you go to my website, right on the homepage, if you scroll down just past the big photo at the top, it says the new Autumn Night sticker collection. And then you have the physical stickers as the top 3 listings and the digital versions as the bottom 3 listings. And the digital versions start with digital download in the title. September said, just grab my typewriter to make a bunch of stuff to stick in my journal. That is so fun. I love that. I used to use little typewriter notes that Jake would type out on his typewriter and used it in some of my bullet journal spreads. So that is giving me the idea to maybe do that again. Yay, Nicola. I'm so glad you found it. This is my Patreon only sheet, which it seems like also has some good options here. There we go. A little decoration. Now I'll do my header, and this is going to be November, let's see here, 6th through 12th. Let me zoom you guys in. All right, 6th. Randy said, does anyone here print and cut using a Cricut Maker? I have limited success using mine. Not sure what I'm doing. The PNG seems to print too large. So I'm not sure about Cricut specifically, but in general, a good number and a good kind of like tip to write down, and I'll put this in the chat. But when I take my PNGs, the PNGs are really big because they're high quality. I want them to be able, if you wanted to print them huge, you could. But if you're bringing them in to your, let's say, Cricut software, for me, it would be my Silhouette software, you need to size it down. And I've have specific measurements that you size it down to that will translate to it fitting into an A5 notebook. So it's the same size that I print them at. And Lauren, thank you so much. Lauren typed it into the chat for me because she knows the size by heart. And that is, you need to set the size to 4.278 by 7.664 inches. If you forget that number, if you look at the size of the PNG, like whatever device you use, you can usually right click on a file and get info and kind of see the sizing. It's 4,278 pixels by 7,664 pixels. So the inches that you need to set it to is just the pixel amount with the decimal place moved over 3. So that's kind of the reasoning for that number there. But yeah, if you bring it into your software and set it to that size, Randy, you might have some better success with the size specifically. All right, time for us to lay in some headers. So again, we can use these ones. And I am tempted to use these because I think these will look very cute. My other options are these. No, those would be better for a different sheet. I can also do these here. I think these are my best bet. So I'm going to go ahead and stick one of these at the top of each one of my daily sections here. Big stretch, Luna. I have a patron of mine that a while back posted this really in-depth step-by-step of how she uses the PNG files with her Cricut machine and makes her cut file. If you're interested in getting that, Randy, you can send me an email, contact@planningwithkay.com, or you can go to my website and send a little contact form. And just let me know that you want the Cricut instructions, and I can copy and paste that and send it to you. I pretty frequently copy and paste those instructions and send them to people since I don't have Cricut experience specifically. But again, this customer of mine was so nice as to write out this whole instruction set. Sandy said, "Can you post it for everyone, please?" Maybe I can copy and paste it into a public Patreon post. That's what I'll do. Because I can't share the actual post because it's in a private Facebook group. But that is where I always get it from. So let me see here. Cricut. Here we go. And it's my patron Kelly posted this over 3 years ago. Oh my goodness, I never posted this to Patreon. Oh, I thought I posted this live stream link to Patreon, but it looks like I never pressed post. Okay, well, that is going to be a welcome surprise to any patrons who didn't realize the live stream had started yet. Let me finish posting that. I'm glad I noticed. Publish now. Okay, got that posted. And let me really quickly do this public post. Cricut cut Instructions from my patron, Kelly. I'm live streaming right now, and some folks wanted these these instructions for using my PNG digital stickers with Cricut. Courtesy of my patron, Kelly. Enjoy. All right. There we go. Let's make this a public post. Publish. All right, and now I can send you guys the link to this post. So if you have a Cricut machine and you're wanting some more specific instructions, here are some that my patron was nice enough to write out for people to use. And from what I've heard from people, those instructions have been pretty helpful. All right, let me draw out my other lines here. I'm such a ding dong. Patreon has changed their posting page. So it used to be just like one page and you write out your post and you set the settings for it. But they've changed it now where you write out your post and then you hit next. And then it's like a whole separate page where you do the settings and tags and whatnot. But so I think that might be why I like wrote out the whole post and did the settings on the second page, but forgot to hit that second post button. Ding dong. Well, if anybody's joining in from Patreon now, welcome. I'm sorry for the late notification, but I hope everybody went to my YouTube channel or my Instagram story and figured it out from one of those. Sammy said, what is the current theme for Patreon, the one that you are designing now? I am designing a snow globe themed collection featuring like winter traditions and holidays from around the world. I'm trying to think. I do have an update on Patreon showing the progress. I've been designing that during my Patreon live streams with my patrons, and I am loving how that collection is churning out. It's like such a perfect winter theme through, I would say, like February. Like it's got winter holidays in it, but it includes like Lunar New Year, includes some holidays that are later on in winter. I just love how it's been churning out so much. Let me see if I have a little update picture that I can show you guys. Oh yeah, I can post it to my Instagram story. I'll do that right now. I shared it the other day, but here's a look at the first 2 pages that I've designed of that collection. Let me see here. Almost got it posted. All right. There we go. I just posted the updates of the snow globe collection to my Instagram story. So in case you are interested in seeing how that's turning out, it should be up on my story in just a second. And Halloween is the last day to join my Patreon to qualify for that collection. So if you want to get your hands on the snow globe stickers, I will be shipping them out in the next 2 weeks, definitely by November 20th at the latest, but we've been running ahead of schedule. So I am planning on having those shipped again, probably by the end of this coming week or into the week after that. Let's see, what line do I have this on here? This one. But yeah, that is going to be sent out to my October $15 and up patrons. So if you wanted the snow globe collection, just join my $15, $25, or $30 Patreon tiers before the end of this month. Nicola said, if you have Silhouette, don't update to newer versions. There's bugs in there. Also, if you don't want to use your own brand, use the Nikapa mats. I'm using it and I get perfect cuts. You just have to line it up with the numbers. Yes, Nicola, I agree with everything you're saying as somebody who's been using Silhouette for years. I use an incredibly old version of the software. It works a million times better than any of the newer software editions. But yeah, it's literally like a 6-year-old version of the software. If you go to their website to download their software, you can find a tab that says legacy versions that has like all of the old versions. But I totally agree. This is in general with technology. Like I feel this way about iPhones, MacBooks, like technology in general. It's usually not great to update to the newest version. Typically with any new software release, there are then bug fixes. So there's like newer iterations where they're fixing things that they realize are messed up. So that's why I, in general, avoid updating a lot of my technology until it's like I know that it's a better version, basically. And I also love using the Nikapa mats. They're from Amazon. They're like discount Silhouette mats, and they're great. Hello, Maritza. Welcome in, and thank you. We are celebrating Halloween in the stream today. Really, I can't take credit, though. Cherie reminded me that I should wear my witch's hat, and Cherie's request is always or was it? Your wish is my demand. Cherie's wish is always my demand. Nicola said, I've had my Portrait 3, had it for a month, and typical, they now brought out the Portrait 4. You know, Nicola, same thing with the software. I don't really see a lot of value in updating to newer machines. I use the old Portrait 2, like the original Portrait 2, for all of my sticker cutting machines, and they really do the job. I used the Portrait 1 as well for a while for some of my machines, and I ended up giving those away. But similarly, I like to only update my hardware like when it's absolutely necessary, not just when a new update comes around. And I feel like a lot of the times with the cutting machines, the new machines, it's really just like aesthetic differences, not even as much functional differences. Antoinette said, I got an ad right when you were about to say not to update to the new software right away. Lauren said, how many dots did I take off of the top and bottom? Top, I took off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 off the top. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off the bottom. 5 off the bottom, 10 off the top. Yeah, I think that YouTube has started doing a different way that it does its mid-roll ads in live streams. I'm curious if having those mid-roll ads in there, if it's like if it really affects your guys' viewing experience. Obviously, it's a way for me to bring in a little bit more revenue from my live streams. I already get revenue from like the ads before and after streams, but I think YouTube has recently updated it where it does more mid-roll ads. And that's something that I'm really happy to minimize if it's like, again, really disrupting your guys' viewing experience. If that ad popping in is almost like jarring enough that it might make you want to turn off the stream, that is something I would love to know. If it's something that you're totally fine putting up with, then um, that's also good to know. All right. And Amber said, I don't get ads on my side during, only at the beginning, and I have free YouTube. Okay. So it sounds like it might not be for everybody that's throwing the ads in. Um, but yeah, I've noticed that that's a new thing that's happening. So, feel free to be honest with me at any point when there's live streams happening. If you're like, there are too many ads, it's annoying, I don't like it, and I can make some adjustments. Sammy said I got the ad and it crashed my YouTube. What the hell? That's so bizarre. It crashed your YouTube. Mean. Sandy said I've had them for the last couple lives, but only for a few seconds. Becca has YouTube Premium, does not get the ads. Yeah, with me and my YouTube, I'm like just like so used to ads, I'm happy for my creators to get their little extra coin, but it's like such a default thing that I'm used to just clicking that skip. It's almost like I tune out for it. All right, I got all my headers in there. I want a little task list header here as well. So I think I'll use this to-do list header from this freebie sheet. Yeah, and the amount that I get from AdSense monthly is a very small amount. It's just like a little extra spending money for the day. So it's not anything that I'm really relying on. Nicola said, I think YouTube is haunted as other people are having trouble. I think it's the clocks going back in the UK. Amber said, I don't mind the ads mostly. A lot of times I let videos and ads run on my computer while I'm doing other stuff. Exactly, Antoinette. It's coffee money. I know YouTube really is haunted sometimes, especially with live streams. It just sometimes will kind of glitch out. All right, I just want some decoration for the bottom here. I also have these fun quotes. Maybe I should use some of these, or at least one quote. I think I'll do a wreath and a quote inside the wreath at the bottom of my task list here. Oh, actually, my Dutch store would cover that. So maybe not. How long of a task list do I need for the week? I don't think I need it to be too long. So I'll stick this here. We'll do a little decorative quote on this leftmost column. Maybe this one. And all at once, summer collapsed into fall. Nice, Holly. Glad that worked out for you. Beautiful. All right, now I just need to do, again, something down at the bottom here. And something I'm kind of tempted to do, I think this will be fun, is maybe just doing some like dots with my paint pens that I have. Because I have a green one, a yellow one, a white one. Where's the white one? Here. And a black one. And I feel like I could maybe just do something kind of fun and abstract at the bottom. Holly asked, what's my Hogwarts house? I am a Gryffindor. All right, so let's go to the bottom here. Let's see if I like this. Just doing some yellow dots. I'll do some white ones. Or maybe I'll do like white sparkles. Let's see. Gotta try not to smear my yellow. Holly said, could I have some quote suggestions for November for my cover spread? Or do you think I don't need one? You know, quotes never like necessary, but if you're craving one, Holly, then I feel like you should do one. Here, I have some on this sheet here that you might like. Oh, okay, Holly, how about, because you have a hot chocolate on your cover spread, how about you do a little rewrite of this quote and you can do the leaves are falling and my hot chocolate is calling. You could also do like the snow is falling and my hot chocolate is calling. But yeah, I feel like if that one doesn't vibe with what you want to do on your cover spread, maybe looking up like hot chocolate puns or hot chocolate quotes, since that could match your hot chocolate theme. Also going to do a couple white dots. Do I want to put this green in? This is like a little bit more of like a seafoam green. I actually do think it matches that green pretty spot on. So I will put a couple of these green dots in here. I feel like we need some more white sparkles in there. Hello, Oma. Welcome in. Yes, Holly, the leaves are falling and my hot chocolate is calling. Cute. I love that. I think I'll probably just sprinkle in a little bit of extra decoration at the bottom, like some more of these little ferns blowing in the wind. Let's do this one and this one. Well, do I actually want anything down there? I don't know. I think I want to do something that kind of matches the acorns and leaves up the top here. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Danke, Oma. My costume. No, I'm not feeling these leaves. I just really like that bottom that I made. So I don't even think I need to add much else to it. Nope, I'm just going to leave it as is. So there we go. Is there anything else I want to add to this? I don't think so. I've really loved this week. You know, this is a very similar setup to the weekly I'm currently using, and I've liked the open layout of it. I like that I've been able to use each of these sections however I so please. Some of them I pasted photos in on the other side. So I'm really liking just leaving each of these blank. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I've got my Dutch door. I've got a task list on the left. I have a nice big empty space for each day. And I think with that, that is it for this first weekly spread. Becca said, I'm an hour away from reaching my destination. Can't wait to get out of the car and stretch my legs. 1 hour, you're on like the very last home stretch. I love that. Holly said, any advice on getting back into filming for my bullet journal content? You know, Holly, I think one good piece of advice for making filming easy is, like you said earlier, not worrying so much about filming the process of creating your bullet journal spreads, but finding some creative ways to just showcase your spreads in video form. So like if you're wanting to post short form videos on Instagram or something like that, you can do like simple, like 6-second videos that don't take up a lot of your time and energy to get back into it. One good one is like just doing one clip of you opening your journal to that spread, and you can just put some nice music in the background, something like that. But I feel like that's a good way to like get back into the swing of it. And then as you start to get more into filming your bullet journal, you can maybe then, you know, set up a camera while you're setting it up and post something from there. But I would focus more on your bullet journal than the filming, you know, and really just focus on getting back into your journal, since I know you're trying to do that, Holly, and make that the priority and make filming the like second priority after that. Because it can be a little overwhelming if you're trying to get back into journaling and you're trying to get back into filming it, and maybe just doing one at first and then incorporating the filming in a little bit more slowly. Nicholas said, this is perfect for the weather. We're having rain, rain, and more rain. Oh, goodness. In the Pacific Northwest here, I definitely relate. Fortunately, we've had some sunny days the last few days. Still very cold, but sunny. So the rain has chilled out for a second. All right, that is it for this spread. So let us flip the page, and I'm now going to set up a weekly spread for the 13th through the 19th. So I have this weekly, and then my weekly before that is a vertical style. So I think what I'll do for this next one is something kind of like this. This is a horizontal weekly that I had in October. This worked very well for me. So I think I'll try to do something sort of inspired by this setup here. Of course, Holly, you can always share a new journal technique that you've learned. All right, so let's start out by doing a little measuring, and let's also decide what stickers I want to use for my main header here. I really want to use this circular coffee cup being held by some hands sticker. I think that would be a really fun one. Let's see. Oh my goodness. You know how yesterday I was just talking about how oftentimes I accidentally leave numbers out of the number circles on my sticker kits? Well, I just got a comment on Patreon that was mentioning that there are numbers missing from the Secret Garden collection. Is that really true? How could I do that? That is so rude of me. Goodness. Are there really two numbers? Okay, at least it's the Patreon only sheet at least. Oh my god, there are two whole entire numbers missing. Ugh, I'm the worst. I can't get it right. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Steph. I don't know if Stephanie's here, but thank you, Stephanie, for pointing that out to me. Let me see. Oh my goodness. I will get an updated digital file uploaded ASAP by tomorrow. Holly said, I color in pencil first and then went over top with a felt tip, and that's in a similar color. And I use my fingers to dry out the ink and try to make the pen blend the pencil. I'm so proud. That is so cool, Holly. I love that. Having fun getting creative. Thank you so much to whoever just placed a sticker order, by the way. Okay, so yes, I definitely want to use this guy. And I think maybe I want to pair it with this second washi strip I have here. So I'm kind of thinking like, what, maybe centered or maybe along the bottom. Okay, I want this on the left side here. The header above this washi strip, and then the washi strip coming out from the bottom of the circle. So I basically want it like that. I want to cut it here. I can just rip it. Something like that. Okay, actually, I'm having a different idea now. Because I don't really like that. I think it's because I want to highlight this circular sticker more. And I feel like this washi strip kind of steals the spotlight away a bit. So I'm going to save this washi strip to use later. And what I'm going to do instead is some craft paper. That was you. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you so much for making a purchase. I'm assuming it's those digital files that you were asking about. And I hope you love using everything. Okay, so, this is actually going to be good. I like this. Let me pull up this circle because I think the circle will actually, yes, it'll perfectly fit on top of the craft paper. Ooh, isn't that cool? Let me cut a nice straight edge here. Actually, Holly, I have another one of those color collages filmed and ready to post in the next couple days. So I would be happy to do another little mini giveaway with that little scavenger hunt. Okay, so I need to do some measuring before I commit to this here. So this is 5 centimeters tall, 5, 10, 15, 20. Let me think here. I'm going to do something a little wild. So I stuck a sticker on the craft paper, and now I'm cutting around the sticker to round out this whole side here. Like that. And then I think what I want to do is I'm going to have that come up to here. And I think what I want to try to do, let's see here. I want to create a slightly daintier shape out of this, make it a little bit smaller. So what I'm going to do is let me mark this with a ruler. I'm going to cut the craft paper in a little bit here and here. Oh, a flag end. I like that idea. Yeah. So I'm going to keep cutting the circle around. And then I'm going to cut this off like this. You have to clear all your outlets? What the heck? Oh my God. Is everything still live right now? Or did it cut out? I really hope it didn't cut out. I think there was just like a flicker of the power. Okay, everything's okay. Thank God. They gave me a heart attack. The screen flashed black for a second. Okay. Okay, it did cut out for a split second, but now it's back. I think the fridge, I have a mini fridge next to me, and I think that the power went out on it maybe. No. It's still on. Okay. As long as we're still going, that's all I care about. Sometimes when the power cuts out for a split second like that, the stream then just isn't recoverable. So I am so relieved to hear that it didn't. And and validated hearing that you guys did see the black screen for a second, though, because that's what made me panic. Okay, so here's what I've got now. Fun. What do you think? Should I do a flag at the end? Or I think it might look a little cleaner, maybe just leaving it like rectangular, because then it'll kind of line up with the other boxes on the spread, but I don't know. Because I could use some of my flags in the rest of the sections if I wanted to really tie it all together. Holly said, I've been into gaming content recently and been enjoying it. Sort of like creating things, but in game form. I was so nervous about the transition, but it went amazing. So fun. I love that. Hey, Just a Plain Mom. Welcome from Iowa. Okay, I think I'm going to do a little flag shape here. Perfect. I do think I actually need to make it just a little shorter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stick this in. Give it a lick. Thank you to whoever just placed an order. Always makes me so happy to see those notifications come in. All right, there we go. I love that. So cute. All right, so this is going to be, what did I say? The 13th through the 19th. So I think what I'm going to do is like a big white paint pen header on top of this. And I think I'll do a similar font to what I've been doing, which is a frilly cursive. You can see that it is not showing up fully opaque on this craft paper. We were talking about the struggles of white ink last stream. And this is a pretty good example of why I used acrylic paint for my cover spread to get that really bright white. But I don't mind this here For my cover spread, I wanted to make sure it was super bright white. This paint pen kind of soaks into this craft paper a little bit more, so that's why it's showing up a little less bright. But I'm just going to go over it with another layer. Laura said, if we order now, will we get them by the end of the year, or should we just wait until Black Friday? If you order them now, Laura, your order will most likely ship within like 2 weeks. I am nearly caught up and emptied out my whole shipping queue right now. So orders that are placed right now will ship, again, I think within 2 weeks, definitely before Black Friday. I am putting a lot of intentional effort this year into making Black Friday a success, meaning that orders will not take 5 months to ship out like they have in past years. But if you want to get your stickers ASAP, I would recommend placing an order for those stickers now so you can kind of beat the whole Black Friday rush. And then Black Friday is a great time, I think, to stock up on stickers that you don't need right away, but you need maybe just more like right after the new year starts. But I'm planning on getting all Black Friday orders shipped out within like 4 weeks. And then any orders placed before Black Friday will ship out very quickly. So if you want any stickers ASAP, place an order now. Any stickers that you're okay waiting till a little bit after the new year, you can wait for Black Friday. That's what I would recommend. See you later, Antoinette. Best of luck moving your furniture to clear your outlets. And I'm so happy you were able to join in today. I hope I can see you in a live stream soon. And if you do end up watching the replay, hello to future you in the replay. Good night, Antoinette. All right, just a couple layers on there. It's really improved this. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a black drop shadow, which will really make it pop. And then, what did I say? 13th through 19th. Like that. And then I'm going to use my little white gel pen to do a little white drop shadow on those numbers. Gina asked, have I mailed out August, September, and October stickers? August has shipped, and September and October will be shipping within 2 weeks at the latest, ideally within 1 week. That is the next thing on our to-do list, and currently printing the stickers. September and October are going to ship together. So that is going to be last month's Winter Nights collection and this month's Snow Globe collection for a super wintry sticker package. I will update Patreon as soon as those have shipped. And then the Winter Nights and the Snow Globe collection will both be listed in my shop for Black Friday. Let's see, where is that white gel pen? Here we go. Nope, that's an 05. Want my 08. Here we go. Oh, I'm so happy that this stream is helping you tonight, Holly. Lauren said, when are 2024 stickers coming? Those will all be released with Black Friday. I might be able to get them released a little bit before Black Friday in case anyone wants to place orders for those not on the sale, but before the Black Friday rush. But Black Friday is the latest deadline by which I'm going to have all of the 2024 stickers uploaded, as well as a huge functional release alongside those 2024 calendars and whatnot. But yeah, I will try to get the 2024 stuff listed before Black Friday, again, so that if anyone cares more about getting ahead of the Black Friday rush instead of the sale, that there'll be like a little window where you can order the 2024 stickers before the Black Friday sale hits. And Cherie asked, am I still moving in November? So I actually gave this update during the stream yesterday because somebody was asking, but we've recently actually decided to cancel our move. So we are not going to be moving anytime in the next few months. Just coming up to it, we just basically, the timing wasn't right with Black Friday and all of that. We would just be putting ourselves in a really difficult place. So we came to the responsible decision to just stick out the winter, focus on Black Friday, focus on staying consistent with order shipments and staying consistent with the business. And we will reevaluate a time to move in 2024. But for now, we're not worrying about it anymore, which feels good. You know, a move is a stressful thing to think about. I was very excited to move somewhere warmer, but I am very content to just be able to focus on stickers, focus on having a really good Black Friday, keeping up with our shipping schedule. So I am very excited about that. Yes, housemate is staying as well. They've been doing some sticker cutting for us, so it all just lines up and works out. Becca said, where were we going to move to? We were going to move to San Diego. All right, I'm going to start measuring out my sections here. I want 3 sections on this side and 4 sections on this side. All right, let's draw out those boxes. Yeah? Was that a good meow, Sage? Come here. Sage just, I think, woke up from a dream. What are you doing? Are you going to stay there? Come here. You look like you want some attention. Let's see if I can get Sage to come over here. She looks like she wants some pets. Come here, Sage. Come here. Come here. Maybe I can cast a spell on her. Tabby cat, come here. Oh my God, you guys, my spell has worked. Oh. Hi, honey. You want to come in my lap? Sage is a funny cat because it's like if you give her too much attention, then she doesn't want it anymore. Oh, are you going to hop up here? Aw, she's hopping up onto the mini fridge. Oh, it gets super dark when I try to show her over there. There we go. Yeah, you lying down right here, Sage? You going to make some biscuits? Oh, do you guys want a fresh batch? You guys want a fresh batch of biscuits? I think she is about to make some biscuits. That's her biscuit blanket. Let me take a sip of my beverage. Come here, Sage. Can I scoop you? Can I scoop you? No. That's a no. Sage does what Sage wants. I tried to scoop her, and she said, "No, thank you. No, thank you, mother. Do not hold me. I am a free bird." Sage is such a free bird. Okay, this spacing is actually, I think, going to be perfect here. So what I'm going to do is I'll start with just the horizontal lines. What I'm going to do here is each space is 8 spaces tall with 1 space in between. Now Sage is just cleaning herself across from me. All that commotion woke Luna up, and she is now wanting to go outside. She wants to go out. I think you can actually see her there, begging to go out. But let me grab her. We'll say hi to her real quick before I let her go. Come here. Come here. You can't say no to me like Sage. You have to say yes. Oh, she's mad because Sage is close by. Luna gets kind of like grumpy if Sage is around. Grumpy in like a playful way, where it's like she doesn't want to look like a fool because she's the alpha. Are you the alpha cat? Are you looking at Sage? Sage is just cleaning herself, okay? Sage isn't doing a thing to hurt anybody. Oh, Luna. You're sweet. Oh, I love Luna so much. I love you so much. Now she's being nice. She's enjoying these chest pets. Thank you, honey. Thank you for that sweet lovin'. I'll let you out now. Here you go. How about you, Sage? You staying in here? You want to go? All right, Sage is staying. Luna's out of here. Sage is hanging out. Hey, Carrie, welcome in. Randy said, I had to leave the room when you were first playing with that header. And when I came back, the trimming you did is amazing. I know, that was a very easy little trick. Never really done that before, trimming the craft paper with a sticker on top like that, but so effective. I love how that turned out. That's what happens when you just let yourself play around and have fun. It's where a lot of my ideas come from too. Somebody was asking earlier. A lot of my ideas just come from like giving myself the freedom to just try new things. I like going into spreads, not having it all planned out. When I first started creating bullet journal content and I was creating videos, I would pre-plan out and sketch every aspect of every single spread I created. Because when I was filming my Plan With Me videos, it was just easier if I had it all ready and planned out. So that way, when I went to record it, it wouldn't take so long. Because, a big part of why these live streams are very long is because we're going through the whole organic process of like, what do I want to do for this spread? What is the next spread going to be? I really don't have it planned out. So Oh, Carrie said, for some reason, I couldn't post any message until now. Oh my God. Well, I'm so glad that it started working for you, Carrie, so you can join the chat. Welcome in. But yeah, so I used to pre-plan and sketch all of my monthly spreads like to a T, figure out every detail ahead of time for the ease of filming. And then it was when I started live streaming my setups that I really enjoyed not coming up with a plan, not pre-sketching anything. So that way I could really like go with the flow with the chat, with you guys coming up with ideas, and we can create something just kind of a little bit more in the moment. And I much prefer that. I think, again, it's kind of allowed me to be a little bit more creative with my spreads. It may like, I don't feel quite as limited in that I don't have to figure everything out before I start working on the spread. I create one piece of the spread and then I start working everything else around it. And it just works out a lot better for me. It's one reason why I love doing my setups in these live streams versus solely filming for edited videos. I really want to achieve more of a balance between the two because I like live streaming and then being able to edit that footage into a shorter video for people who don't like to watch live streams. But the live streams are just so much more enjoyable for me than editing a long form video. So I'm so happy that like everyone that's here today enjoys the streams, enjoys watching this like longer, more organic process. All right, Cherie said, do the days on the opposite side. Okay, so you mean days on this side and days on this side? That sounds good to me. And I think now I could use these weeklies on the freebie sheet. I could use these ones here. Let's see. I could use these ferns finally. Oh, Sage is now fully making biscuits. Let me see if I can manage to show her here. She is funny. Sage, you're so funny when you make biscuits. Let's see. I'm going to try to get the camera up on her. There we go. Perfect. Biscuit cam. Sage, are you whipping us up a batch of biscuits? I just always think it's the funniest thing when she makes biscuits. She's so intense about it. She's so focused. Are you making some really yummy biscuits? She's like, excuse me, mother. Do not interrupt my biscuit process. Oh, finished. Just doing a little bit of kneading. Aw, Sage, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. She's like, okay, leave me alone now. Yes, I made biscuits. I am adorable. I know. Leave me be. There you go. You can still see her tail swishing around here. Biscuits is just like what cat owners often call it when cats do that kneading thing. It's like a thing cats do where it looks like they're kneading bread. And they'll do it on like soft blankets. They'll do it like when they're happy and cozy. It's to mimic like pushing on their mom's belly. But yeah, if you just Google search cat biscuits, it's a thing. It's a thing. It's the common way that cat owners refer to that funny thing cats do where they go like this. They like knead into things. So whenever Sage does that, we always say she's whipping us up a batch of biscuits. Whipping us up a fresh batch. Baker's Bacon, Great British Baking Show. I was just watching Great British Baking Show this morning, so I have it on the mind. All right. I love that. Some ferns. Do you know what I feel like we need to bring into this that would be so adorable is some of my coffee stickers. Which do I have any here? I have some of Beck's coffee stickers. I could use some of these actually. You know what? These colors work perfectly. Since these are out, I think it's meant to be. Becca said, gonna hop off the stream in a few minutes, almost to our destination. Yay, I'm so happy I could keep you company on your road trip, Becca. I feel like that's the perfect time for a live stream. So happy I could make the ending of your 9-hour journey a little bit easier, a little bit more entertaining, hopefully. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to use these coffee stickers. These are from Sassy Pigeon HQ, aka Beck, who was in the live stream yesterday. So I think I'm going to try to just match up the colors of the coffee mug to the little plant next to it, since these colors just kind of happen to match pretty perfectly with these pastel ferns. And it matches the coffee header. So cute. All right, now I'm going to go in with those weekly headers from sheet 2 of the Autumn Nights monthly kit, which is these ones up here. So I'm just going to stick one of those at the top of each of these little decorative bundles I've made of the ferns and coffee. Oh, and I just totally realized that I forgot to move them to a different side like you were suggesting, Cherie. But I just kind of defaulted to what is easiest for me. Hey, Alyssa. Welcome in. Yes, we are fully in Halloween mode during today's live stream. And I almost lost one of my stickers with my mega. Let me see if I can get it to stick all the way up. My mega witch's hat. I love this hat. I got this at Party City last year for Halloween, and it's so great. Makes me feel like such a witch. Hey Sam, welcome in. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, beautiful. Those are so cute. You would think that I had planned all along to pair the ferns with these little colorful coffee cups from Beck's sticker sheet. But yeah, I love that. Looks amazing. So now I just want some numbers. I think I might as well use some more craft paper. It just feels so right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my own little craft paper flags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line here to make flags the width that I want. I think something like that looks good. And then I'm going to make 7 flags of equal size. So let's make each one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make each one 2 centimeters tall. So I'm just going to draw a line up every 2 centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Now I can start cutting. So I'm going to start by cutting my horizontal lines. Then I can go ahead and just cut this vertical line all at once. Oh, let me do this last line here. Like this. All right, we got 7 flags. Well, actually, they're not flags quite yet, but they're almost flags. Yes, Pamela, I am going to go wild next year. At least that is the plan as of now. I don't see anything changing that plan, but yes, I had such an incredible time last year at Go Wild. It was like kind of life-changing for me to come together with the bullet journal and planning community in person for the first time. It really just like made some puzzle pieces really click for me. But yeah, I had such a life-changing, incredible time last year that I knew instantly that I would be going every year after that, at least definitely next year. Because I just want to be back in that space with all of those people. It was really just incredible. In case anybody doesn't know, Go Wild is a planner convention that happens every year. That's basically like a big 3-day, 4-day party for the bullet journal and planning community. No worries, Holly. You never, ever, ever, ever have to feel bad about not staying or needing to leave a stream or not being able to make a stream. I do not take any of that personally. I never mind. I am just so grateful that you were here for the time that you were. And go ahead and take whatever time you need to deal with the pain that you're having. And if you do catch this on the replay, hello to future Holly. And if you do end up joining back in a little bit later while we're still going, then I'll see you then. But no worries at all, Holly. Thank you so much for all the fun in the chat. And I really hope that your pain starts to subside. See you later, Becca. So I'm just cutting out these little flags, and this is really going to tie this flag motif in from the header. And the easiest way for me to cut the flags is you do the center line first, and then you cut the little triangles up to that line. All right. Now I'm going to lick these and stick them in, and I'm going to do them on the bottom right corner, I think, of each day. And I'll do it the same direction as that header flag. Thank you so much, Holly. I know you don't dress up or celebrate much for Halloween, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Have a great week next week, whatever you end up doing. And thank you so much for joining. Let's get the rest of these flags down. I just had to send a picture of how cute Sage was looking. Laura said, for some reason, my lives like to pause and then I get behind. I always have to make sure I'm live after refreshing the page and that I can see the red dot. I think a lot of the times too, Nicola, YouTube does that if the quality is degrading from your connection at all, it'll kind of slow it down a little bit. And I think that that's why if you watch a live stream for many hours, sometimes you will end up getting a little bit behind. But I'm glad that you know the trick to like look for that red dot in the corner to make sure that you're still at the live point of the stream, because I know that can be a little bit confusing. Sometimes we have people come in who don't realize they're behind and they're answering the chat from like an hour ago. And hey, Amelia, welcome in. Amelia said, thank you for being you. Love your stickers so much. Can you add 2024 stickers to your shop at some point? Like you have a list of 2023. Absolutely, Amelia. And I've actually already designed a lot of those 2024 stickers. And I'm going to have them all listed in the shop by November 20. Let's see, when's Black Friday? November 24th at the latest, but most likely about a week ahead of that. So 2024 stickers will be up in the shop in approximately 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, what do I want to do for my numbers here? I could do the white pen or the black pen. Let me see. I really want to get a skinnier white Posca pen because I really like this pen, but it's a pretty thick one. I got this specifically for a big painting that I did. So next time I have some spare spending money at the art store, I'm going to see about getting a smaller version of this. Because I love using it, but it's a little clunky for smaller writing like this. Still gets the job done though. Going in with a second layer so it's nice and white. And then a black drop shadow is really going to define these numbers. So one gel pen, white gel pen that I do really love is the Jelly Roll Sakura white gel pen. Make sure to get it in size 08 or bigger though, otherwise it doesn't work very well. But that's what I used for the white drop shadow right here as an example. And I've had this white gel pen for years at this point and it still does a pretty good job. I just don't like using it for longer stretches because I find that it doesn't handle it as well. But for little drop shadows like that, I really love the Jelly Roll gel pen. And then again, paint pens I think are often a good bet. Posca, there's other brands as well of paint pens. Archer and Olive acrylographs. Those are probably your best bet, but white pens are just generally kind of a finicky thing. They dry out, they become less opaque over time. It seems like a constant struggle that I hear artists and journalists dealing with. So I think it just is a lot of experimentation, trying different ones. Sometimes one jelly roll won't work as well as another one that's exactly the same, you know? So it's just a little bit finicky. Good night, Holly. All right, let's do a black drop shadow on those numbers. All right, there we go. I think with that, that is it for this weekly spread. I love how this turned out. It turned out so clean and colorful. I love the like coffee and leaf kind of motif we have going on here. I love how different it is from this weekly that we set up prior. So here's a look at all 3 weeklies I have set up for November so far. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. This is why I love bullet journaling. I love the variety that I can have just in 3 back-to-back weeks. So let's move right along and get on to the next week here, the 20th through the 26th. So I'm going to look at my stickers here that I have left and use that to kind of help me decide what I want to do for this setup here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I have another weekly printable that is a little bit of a different format from anything I've set up so far. This is available under my $5 Patreon tier, but it's more of like a grid style weekly. And I think that will be a perfect one to follow this horizontal weekly. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and use this printable for this weekly. It's going to make this weekly super quick and easy to set up. And by the way, I am planning on streaming today for probably about 3 to 3.5 hours. So we're talking about maybe another 30 minutes to an hour left. It won't be quite as long of a stream as yesterday's, but still going to go for at least a few hours. Okay, so I printed these Patreon printables on sticker paper. Just going to lay that right in. Super simple. I love using printables. There we go. Easy. Let's write in a little header on my banner here. And this is going to be November 20th through 26th. Oh, a collage header. You know, I'm going to set up one weekly after this, Cherie. So I love that idea of doing a little collage for it. All right, there we go. I mean, do I want to, I guess I'll put some dates on here. I won't leave it just like this. Let's do a little date action. And what do I want to use for those? I have these blank circles left on this sheet too. So I could try to incorporate those in. No, I think I'll just letter it in maybe under or above each banner. Let's see. I know what I'm going to do. Like that. Nicola said, I hate registration marks and not finding them. By the way, the stickers work perfectly with my cousin. Are you using a silhouette machine, Nicola? or a Cricut? Because if you're using a silhouette, I can probably give you some tips that might help you with your registration marks being found consistently. Just let me know if you're using a silhouette or not. Okay, yes, you're using a silhouette and you think you got it all working now. I was going to say some good tips. I know you were saying that you use the Nikapa mats. So the way that I get my cut lines to be read consistently is lining up the paper on the mat at that corner in the top left consistently. And then when you're loading it into the machine, there is one of the lines, there's like the guidelines when you're loading it into the machine and you can see kind of the raised indents on it. You want to line it up with the line that makes it so that that roller is cutting through your first registration mark. And if you're lining it up right there every time, you really won't have issues with it finding the registration mark. Another thing that makes registration mark finding a little bit more difficult is if your designs are too close to your registration mark. I don't think that that's probably the issue you're having, but that's another thing to keep in mind. But typically, it really is that. So you have your sticker machine. It has two rollers, which are like the little rollers that catch the mat. The one on the left side, when it feeds the sticker sheet in, it should cut like halfway through your registration mark. If your registration mark is too far to the right or too far to the left, that's when it has a hard time finding it. Hopefully that makes sense. It's kind of a tough thing to describe away from the machine. But yeah, if you find that sweet spot of where to reload your mat each time, you should have a more consistent time with it finding those registration marks. Hello, Fatima. Baby refusing to sleep. Just got him to sleep. Hopefully, he stays asleep for the night. Oh, that sounds always frustrating when I hear parents struggling with their little babies sleeping. I hope that your baby stays asleep for the night, Fatima. Fingers crossed. All right, I really love what I've done for the dates here. Let me finish off the rest. Like that. All right. I think that's pretty much done for this spread. I don't think there's much else I'm going to add, but I'll double check if there's any extra little decorative bits that I want to sprinkle in. Like if I want any leaves falling in this scene here. These are from my freebie sheet. There we go. Just a little customization. No, they're definitely not quiet machines, Nicola, the silhouette cutting machines. They are Loud. My brain has gotten very used to that sound since I have 20 of them running at once. All right. There we go. So we have one more weekly spread to set up. Again, here's a little flip back at what we've created so far. Let me also move my camera ever so slightly. So we've got a vertical weekly for the 30th through the 5th. We have this Dutch door weekly for the 6th through the 12th. I'm actually realizing that I want dates. Luna, get in here then.
Oh, I got you an Arizona iced tea if you want it.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. Okay. Thank you. Jake got me a tea. But yeah, I want some dates on here. Where do I want to put those? Hello, Luna. I do have these banners here. These are from my Secret Garden collection, but I have them sitting off to the side here. And I kind of think that these might naturally just make some really nice date sections, maybe at the bottom of each day.
Hello. Is there 2 cats in here?
There are 2 cats.
These are not for you.
Thank you so much. Oh, it's some candy.
I like your hat.
It's a costume party in here.
Get up there.
Jake brought me an Arizona and some candy.
Oh, it's so nice and warm in here.
I know. Can I give you my trash?
Sure.
Oh, actually, one more sip.
Right.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you.
A special Halloween delivery. Fatima said about your baby, he just wants to be entertained. He hasn't figured out day and night yet. Yesterday, he discovered he has feet. Such a fun experience. That is so sweet. I love that. He discovered he has feet yesterday. It's like the little things that I don't think about as somebody who hasn't had children, where I'm like, oh yeah, like one day you just figure it out. You're like, oh, look at those feet. Those are fun. Oh, you could hear Luna screaming. So Alyssa said, my dog is a killer of cats, so that meowing gets him amped. Oh my goodness. I just make him go a little bit crazy. He's like, where is it? Where's the cat? I hope you guys don't mind. I'm taking my little candy break, eating some mini sour worms. But that's one of the best parts about October is the Halloween candy. We've had a bowl of candy in our living room all month. All right. And I have an Arizona green tea. Alyssa, is your dog like that with like squirrels and stuff too? I mean, I know that's very common for dogs to like chase and kill smaller animals, but I'm curious if it's like very specific to cats or if any little small critter is fair game as well. Okay. That was such a good little mid live stream pick me up. All right, let's get back to our banners. Little sugar break. I don't know why I always like doing this. Like when I'm doing multiple stickers at once, I like to like get them ready on my fingers. It's like I'm Edward sticker fingers, Edward sticker hands. Oh, that'd be a good Halloween costume. Edward sticker hand. All right, now I can write in my dates. Where's my brush pen? Here it is. Oh, Sage is making some more biscuits next to me. Making another batch. Are you whipping up another batch of biscuits, you cute cat? Getting my whiteout tape back on its roller here. There we go. All right, there we go. Oh my God, Cami, I'm so excited to hear that you joined Patreon today. That is so exciting. I love when a new patron joins the fam. Congratulations. Thank you so much for your support of my Patreon. It seriously means the world to me. Now that you've joined, make sure you go in and really explore. On a computer is better than on the phone. And if you look at the top, you'll see a couple things. One, on the post section, like where I post things, you'll see a pinned post at the top that says Master Post. That has a list of all of the digital downloads, digital stickers, live streams, and coupon codes. I don't think I've updated it for last month, but it has the rest of the like 4 years of content listed out there. And then also at the top, you'll see something that says collections. That also is a way that all of the like printables are bunched together, all the digital stickers, all the live streams. So highly recommend, especially looking through the printable list, because now that you're a patron, you have instant access to all of those and you can just download and use them right away. I really hope you enjoy Cami. And if you joined one of the sticker tiers, I hope you love your first snow globe sticker collection. But yeah, highly recommend when you get a chance. It's great to like really explore through Patreon on the desktop version. It just is a lot easier to find everything and it's more functional. All of the posts on Patreon also have tags at the bottom. So like any live stream is tagged live stream, digital stickers are tagged digital stickers. If you click on that tab or on that tag with a G, it'll show you all posts under that tag, which is also useful. There's a search function. You can sort by month, all sorts of ways to browse. But again, there's 4 years of digital stickers, printables, videos, live streams, all sorts of fun stuff over there. So, and there's also coupon codes for the shop. But so excited to hear that you joined Cami. And at the start of November, I'll be posting all of November's new content. So the live stream schedule, coupon codes, etc. And before November 1st, so in the next 2 days, I'm going to be posting all of the snow globe themed printables, calendars, quote pages, backgrounds, weekly spreads, daily templates, and the snow globe digital stickers as well, because my 15 and up patrons get digital sheets as well that they can download anytime. So all sorts of fun stuff over on Patreon. Patreon is like a treasure trove. Like I feel like there's so much good stuff over there that you really have to like, it's like if you actually go through and find everything, especially again on that digital download master post, that is the gold mine. Hey, Beck, welcome in. I've managed to jump in for a little while. Beck, I need to show you something. You're going to love this, Beck. Check it out. I paired your coffee stickers with my colorful little ferns from the Autumn Nights collection on this weekly spread, and I absolutely am obsessed with how it turned out. So thank you so much, Beck, for creating these adorable little stickers. And actually, I'll also, whenever I talk about the digital download master post, I always like to just send it in the chat because it's something that anyone can look at. It's a like public post, but it just gives you a good idea of everything that's available on Patreon. And again, it's something I really like to send, especially to new patrons, just to make sure you have that link bookmarked or saved. I do need to update this because it only has through July. So I need to add August and September's downloads on here. But in the meantime, here's the link to my digital download master post on Patreon. It's a public post. If you join the $30 tier, you'll gain access to everything on this list. But if you want something specific, you can click on the link and it should tell you which tier you need to unlock to gain access to that. So a great resource if you're a patron, if you just want to kind of see all of the different printables and digital stickers that are available if you join Patreon, you can check it out there. But yeah, very happy you popped in, Beck, because I really wanted you to see this spread that we made using your stickers. But anyways, let me do a little full flip through again now of all of my weeklies I've set up so far. And hello, Mama. I don't know if you joined in earlier and I just didn't see, but if not, or if you if you did, welcome. Hello. So good to see you. Oma was in here earlier. I'm not sure if she's still here, but if so, I always just love having you and Oma in here together. But happy Sunday. Okay, so we got a vertical weekly, a Dutch door weekly, a horizontal weekly, a grid style weekly. Both of these are printable weekly spreads from Patreon. So now I'm going to finish this off by setting up a weekly spread for the last week of November. This is going to be November 27th through December 3rd. You guys, we're setting up for December. What the hell? I mean, what the heck? Sorry. I just like can't really comprehend that we're at the end of, my goodness. Binder clip going rogue. But yeah, I just like can't comprehend that I'm actually physically setting up a weekly spread right now that includes the last month of the year. Like we're pretty much there. 2023 is basically over. Okay, so for this one, Cherie earlier had a lovely suggestion of doing a little collage of some sort, and I love that idea. I think what would be really fun here is to do something with a vertical sidebar. Almost kind of like more similar to this calendar spread where we have like this vertical section off to the side. So I want to do that, but I want to make that vertical space a collage. So I think what I can do here to kind of help this collage is I have these background printables here. And I think I would like to use that as like a base for this sticker collage since I have it available here. So I'm going to make a mark here. I'm going to trim this down like this. And then I'm also going to create one more column of equal width to piece together the top and bottom. And you'll see what I mean in just a sec. I know, Beck, it is gross that it is almost December. Although, you know, as I say that, I'm actually kind of stoked for next year. I don't know. I just feel like I'm in a place right now where 2021 and 2022 were so difficult that every year after just seems like an opportunity for things to get better. And this year was still a tough one, but I would take this year over 2022 or 2021 any day. 2023 was a year of things coming up. So I'm excited to carry that energy into next year. So as much as the quick passing of time is a little terrifying, I'm not too incredibly mad about it. And I am excited about Black Friday. I could use like an extra month of preparation. But, you know, that's the thing with the passing of time. It always feels like you need more of it. You just get used to it at a certain point, I think it seems. Get used to time passing faster than you would like. All right, so I'm taping that in on the side here. And then I'm going to do 2 little strips at the top and bottom. Just to fill in some of that extra space. Yeah, this year, fortunately, it's like the way time is passing so quickly feels less like something that I'm stressed about and more just something that I'm consistently like amazed at. You know, I think that's the thing with growing older, especially, you know, I'm in my late 20s now. I'm 28, turning 29 on December 30th. So I think I'm just at that point in life where I'm really recognizing just the difference of how time passes the older I get. And from what I've heard from people say, it is the thing that's like the longer your life is, the quicker each year feels because it's like a smaller percentage of your total life. And I am feeling that. It's crazy how quickly a year passes now. Because I just think about I think about grade school, you know, or high school. I think about like 8th grade. And like 1 year in middle school feels like your whole life. And now I get years confused now. I'm like, did that happen last year? And I was like, oh no, that was like 3 years ago. But yeah, so it's just like, it's a trippy experience just getting acquainted with the passing of time again as I get older. What, Luna? Do you want to go out now? Beck said, and at the same time, it feels like Groundhog Day. Yes, that is the trippy thing about life. It's like it just goes faster and faster, but sometimes it also feels like no time has passed at all. And it's like you're living the same day on repeat, like Groundhog Day. But I get a lot of comfort in, and it's especially during these live streams. It's, you know, because we're bullet journaling, these live streams, I think, make us very aware of the passing of time. Because it's things like that where I'm like, oh, I'm setting up a weekly for December and it's October. It's like not even November yet, but it brings up these conversations of time passing. And what I realize from having those conversations with you guys, and it's something that brings me comfort, is we all feel that way. It seems like just a symptom of living a life as a human in this world is it seems like a universal experience that time keeps moving faster the older you get. It's something that people are constantly talking about and thinking about. It's like something that as humans we're all very aware of, and there's something in that like camaraderie that feels comforting, you know? It's that thing like Fatima said, I thought it was just me, you know? And there's something comforting knowing that like everyone's in this whirlwind all together. And I know I feel comfort in that personally. Hello, Denise. Welcome in. Denise said, I'm not doing bad. I was up late on voice chat on Joshy's Discord. We did 14 hours. Oh my God, that is so fun. I've like never really done any sort of like voice channel Discord using. I'm just like not really a Discord girl in general at this point in my life, but that sounds so fun. I would love the idea of being more active on Discord in the future. All right, Luna, I'll let you out. It's okay. I know. Go on. Okay. Okay. So I got this sidebar here. So now I'm just gonna kind of go wild with how I'm going to start laying in other stickers here. And I'm gonna start off by putting in these square stickers along the inside of this. And that even might be all I end up doing, because I think that that is going to look really nice, kind of filling up the rest of the space with these little autumn scenes. Something like that. All right, now I think I just need to put like a little something in between each one. I'm going to try to use up as many of these stickers I have left as possible. Let's see, this is from a different collection. So here's what I have left from all of these spreads I've set up over the last 2 days. I've been doing a pretty good job of using up all of these stickers. This is the freebie sheet. This is all that's left from this sheet. And then this add-on sheet still has some elements that I would like to use. Sheet 1 of the monthly kit's done. So sheet 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. So this is all the stickers I have left in this collection. I love how buying the whole collection, I think, is the perfect amount of stickers for a whole month. Usually with leftovers too, which I like because you don't have to be so precious with them. But yeah, I personally find that just one of each, the monthly kit, decorative sheet, and functional sheet, plus a freebie that I always send with every order, really rounds out a month of a themed bullet journal setup. But yeah, all of these spreads were set up just with one of each of those sheets. And I just brought in like 1 or 2 stickers from some other random sticker sheets, like this brain dump header up here. But for the most part, all just from the Autumn Nights collection. Oh, Denise, that's amazing. I'm really excited to hear that you've been looking at the digital stickers. I think my digital stickers are like a little bit like lesser known than the physical ones. I always get really excited when somebody who likes digital products finds my whole stash of digital stickers. If you like to, a good digital sticker hack is you can join my Patreon for just 1 month for $30. And if you do, you'll gain instant access to the last like 3 years of digital sticker collections, including the monthly kit, decorative sheet, and functional add-on from every single month. And for a one-time subscription of $30, you can download all of those digital stickers. So Just a good little hack. All right. I'm liking that. I was thinking of sticking some things in between. I have these little acorns here. So let's do one here. One here. I have one fern left. Yeah, and if you are joining the $30 tier, you gain access to everything on Patreon. That's my highest tier. So if you wanted to join $30 for 1 month, you'll also get sent the physical stickers from that month as well. So this month is a snow globe collection. If you wanted to wait for November 1st to join for November instead, you will receive November's sticker collection, which is undecided as of now. We have not voted on that theme quite yet. Okay. Oh, I also had the Patreon only sheet. That is the last one that I am missing here, which is right here. Perfect. That has a pine cone, which I think would be good here. There we go. This is not as collagey as my other sticker collages, but it's inspired by it. Fatima said, is there any chance we could choose a collection from a previous month? No, I don't do any sort of like substitutions with Patreon rewards, except for like very specific requests. But in general, I don't do any substitutions. So if you are joining Patreon for the physical sticker shipments, you are going to just be sent the collection from that month. I don't do anything where you can like switch it out with a different collection. So that's the whole thing with Patreon. The sticker shipments there are the newest collections. They get shipped to my patrons before they ever become available in my sticker shop. And that is like the general routine there. Hello, Rapunzel Fiber Arts. Welcome in. Let me do a quick flip through for you so you can see everything we've set up. I'll also flip through yesterday's spreads in case you didn't see any of those. But here is my whole November setup so far, and I'm on the last weekly spread of November. So we have my cover spread, my calendar, my mood and reflection spread, my photo memory wall and live stream schedule, a brain dump spread. I have a vertical weekly spread for the first week, a Dutch door weekly spread for the second week, a horizontal weekly spread for the third week, a grid style weekly. This is a printable for my Patreon for the fourth week. And now I am working on my fifth weekly. Carrie said, any recommendations for sticker paper? I also use an HP printer, Carrie, and I use paper from onlinelabels.com. Just like the matte white full page plain sticker paper. All right, what do I want to do here? I think I know what I want to do. Let me do some measuring. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think I'm going to do something like this. Just measuring stuff out before I commit. Something I like about doing sidebars like this is it kind of makes me a little bit more creative with how I want to do the daily sections because I'm like aligning everything to this spacing I've already laid out for myself. Yes, my printables do have the dot grid background. As you can see here, it's a must. It's like I feel like I can't write properly if I don't have the dot grid. So I always put the dot grid on all of my printables, especially the weeklies, like where there are these long lists for printing. Like on that one and on this one as well, there's also that dot grid, as you can see there. One, two, three, four, five, six. So I'm going to go like this. Here's my halfway mark. Something like that. I'll have a task list. Maybe I'll put a gratitude log on here as well to close out the month. And then I'll do my header down the side here. Yes, Rapunzel, all of my printables come with Monday and Sunday start options. That's for all the weeklies, all the calendars, and everything like that, so that all of my Sunday starters can still use them, even though I'm a Monday starter myself. Okay, so each of these boxes is kind of looks like a square, I think. Yes, so it's 13 spaces tall by 13 spaces wide. This is going to give me 9 equal size boxes. And I'm doing a space in between each one vertically. Oh, Sage is like dreaming and snoring next to me. Oh, Rapunzel, I hope that you can get your hands on a color printer soon and are able to take advantage of all the printables. Yeah, color printer and some sticker paper is definitely what I recommend. I also know that there are people that print theirs at work or at the library. If you can't get your hands on a printer, that's always, sometimes an option that's available for people. Like Fatima said, I don't have a printer, but I print it out at a place, like a print shop. Yep. All right, this is a fun layout. This is different. This is a different layout than what I usually do, and that's exciting. So let's do a little header first. I'm tempted to keep using the craft paper because I've really been loving the craft paper on some of these other weeklies. So let's do some craft paper for this header here. I want it to go from here down to here. And then I'm going to make it like a small ripped, like a skinny oval, basically. Fully ripped. I need this to be pretty small, like this. Like that is what I'm thinking. Thanks, Kimberly. Getting in the Halloween spirit. All right, I'm just going to roll with that. Like that. I think I'll put a little sticker at the bottom here to kind of round out that shape. Maybe one at the top as well for some symmetry. Now let's do a header. This is going to be November 27th through December 3rd. I really love always hearing how people discover me, Fatima. So I love hearing you say, the very first time I started bullet journaling, I came across Kay's rainy day setup, which I believe was April 2020. Really liked it and basically hand drew and pencil colored all of the whole setup. I didn't know at the time Kay had stickers. I think it was on Pinterest. I came across a pic. That is so awesome, Fatima. That rainy day setup, I hear a lot of people say that that is the first setup that introduced them to me. It's an iconic one. All right, not mess this up. 27th. So I'm going to do a little serif font with my white paint pen. Will said, I've been watching since September 2017. That is only, I think, 2 months after I started making stickers, about 8 months after I started bullet journaling. My fave setup of all time has been the Luna one. Oh my goodness, the Luna in space one. That is an old one. I would love to do like a redesign of that sticker collection and do a new setup because I love that sticker collection. I'm working backwards here. All right, loving the look of this. Beautiful. All right. This is going to be task list, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, gratitude. That's my plan. So I've got, or actually maybe I'll do next month. That's a good idea. Then this can be where I start to like, if I have anything, I kind of need a pre-plan for December. Oh, wrong date, 27th. And I looked back at this like a million times to make sure I wasn't messing up the date. Clearly did not work. That's okay. I always like the opportunity to show how I fix a mistake. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of craft paper. I'm going to cut out a little square of it that is big enough to cover up that 6. I can't go through a setup without messing up at least one number, specifically the numbers. Fortunately, an easy fix. Here we go. 27 through 3. Okay. I also busted out this sheet of mixed weekly headers. This is my 3rd sheet iteration, so that I have a bunch of functional headers in my shop. I have mixed weekly headers 2, mixed weekly headers 3. So I was thinking of using some of these, and this one here actually matches that font that I did. So I think that would be a good one to bring in. Oh, but I could use these. No, I feel like I should I'll stick to the stickers in the collection because these will work out perfectly here. So I'm going to start with the weekly headers. And I'm just going to stick them in the top corners here, and I'm going to alternate orange and red. These are just from the freebie sheet. Like that. I have this gratitude, or this, sorry, next month sticker here that I think will work out perfectly here. Again, just for pre-writing down anything that I might need to want, or I might want to put on my December calendar. And then for the sake of using this same font, because I love these little header stickers down here, I'm going to have this say notes. It's also a place that I can put general weekly tasks, but since I use the task list header, I feel like notes will look perfect up there. Yes, I love how those tie together. Okay. I'm going to go in with one more layer of white over some of this. Oops, I'm covering up my black. Not really what I want to be doing. Okay, that's fine. It is my handwriting, yes. Pretty much every font that you'll see in my sticker collections is my handwriting. The only time it isn't if it's like very clearly like a computer typewriter-esque font, which I have used here and there in like a couple different sticker collections. But for the most part, it is all my own handwriting. All my own art and all my own lettering. Exactly, Beck. I do that all the time. Like headers, like tasks, to do, notes, goals, brain dump. I feel like all of those you could use interchangeably because it's like you said, you know what you know what you mean. That's all that really matters. All right, I think I just need to put in a date next to each of my little headers here. And then this weekly should be all good to go. I have these little blank circles I could use. Yeah, why not? Something like that. Oh, no, Beck. Let me check it out right now. Beck sent me a photo of her completed or stained glass inspired weekly. And I definitely want, oh, Beck, I love this. Okay. I want to show people. Here is Beck's stained glass inspired weekly spread using my stained glass sticker collection. I love how this turned out. I love that format. It's like what I sometimes call a diagonal weekly spread, but here it's got 2 weeks on one, or sorry, it has the 7 daily sections and a little like notes or task space on one side. And then on the other side, it's got habit tracker, task list, meals, brain dump, gratitude log. That is such a cool and unique setup, Beck. I love that so much. So much fun. I'm so glad you've been liking the stained glass theme. I'm happy we could help you decide on that yesterday. Okay. Almost done with this guy here. Come on, camera, focus. You got this. There we go. Let's put in my dates. I'm not going to mess it up this time. 27. Oh, wait. I like how I said I'm not going to mess it up. And then I messed it up. But this is an easy fix because I'm just going to peel off that circle and paste in a new one. All right, let's try this again. up here. 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3. Just going to put a little white drop shadow where my numbers need a little bit more contrast to pop, which is mostly on these darker red circles. All right, there we go. All right. I think that is done. Again, I'm really liking just the empty boxes for my daily sections. I used to always pre-put in my little to-do list bullets, but recently I've been being a little more free flow with my dailies. Some of them I paste a picture in there. Some of them I do a little journaling. Some of them has my to-do list. And I've really been liking that approach. It's helping me use my journal daily, even if I don't use it for the exact same way, like in the exact same ways every day. I can still use it for something. So that is December 3rd. That means we are all set up for November. Let's do one last flip through of everything that I set up today, or this weekend rather. We got my cover spread, calendar, mood and reflection, brain or live stream schedule and photo memory wall, brain dump, weekly spread number 1, weekly spread number 2, weekly spread number 3, weekly spread number 4, and finally, weekly spread number 5. I love how all of these weeklies are so unique, even though they share the same theme. They're all like the layout is so different. I love how like the decorative elements are different on each one as well. Like this one has the more fern and coffee vibe happening. I have 2 weeklies that are just printables from my Patreon. So those have a similar vibe with like the dark backgrounds. And then this one too, I love like the craft paper that I brought in, the white paint pen that I brought in as well. Just absolutely in love with this entire setup. I definitely am not going to get bored of these this month. It's really been working for me having my weeklies pre-set up. And the key I realize is just making each one different. And then like how I did this month, the ones I really like, I can carry over. So that's like this setup here is one I loved in October, carried over for a week. And similar with this one here is also a layout that worked out for me in October that I carried forward. But just couldn't be happier with how everything turned out here. I did want to initially, I was going to do a bit of filling things out before the start of November, but we have 3 days left. I think I'm actually going to hold off on filling anything out yet because it's going to change depending on what I get done these next few days. And I do plan on getting a good amount of stuff done. So that being said, I am going to not do anything else in my bullet journal today, and we will end the stream right around here. And I think what I'm going to do is maybe on Halloween, during the day, since it's the last day of the month, I think on that day, I will live stream either here on YouTube or over on Instagram, maybe just for like an hour to fill in my spreads with you guys, get my calendar filled out, get this first weekly spread for this coming week all like filled out for the rest of the month. I'll still use these 2 dailies for the end of October. But I think that that is going to feel a little bit better than trying to jump the gun and fill out things now when my plan might end up changing a little bit in the coming few days before the start of November. So that is going to be my plan. Stay tuned for a tentative live stream on Halloween, just filling in these spreads and kind of creating an opportunity for you guys to get ready for November along with me. I love taking the last day of the month to like really focus my intention into my journal for that month, or for the next month. So I think that would be really fun. It'd be a fun way to celebrate Halloween together as well. And I could just make it a shorter stream, and be able to fit that in. But we'll see. It really just depends on if I end up having enough time on that day. Um, so it might not end up happening, but I'm going to keep it in the back of my mind. And if Tuesday rolls around and I have a good chunk of time to put in, um, then I will definitely do that. But I am so happy with how these live streams the last couple days have gone. I'm absolutely thrilled with all of the spreads. I feel like I really brought over so much knowledge from my October bullet journal spreads, knowing how much my bullet journal has really been working for me in October. I brought in the things that really worked for me. I brought in some new things that I'm going to be trying out. And I have a very good feeling that November is going to be a great month. This is also the month of my Black Friday sale, which is my biggest week as a small business owner. So I'm excited to have everything set up so I can start getting prepped and ready for Black Friday. But with all of that being said, I think that is going to be it for today. So thank you guys so much for joining me yesterday, joining me today. These streams have been a blast. I'm so happy that I got to sit down for so many hours with you guys this weekend, bullet journaling and chatting. It always just makes me so happy, puts me in such a good mood. And I can't thank you guys enough for being here, for being in the chat, for hanging out with me. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. If you do want to get any of the stickers I used today, they're available in my sticker shop, PlanningWithKay. I also have a Patreon where you can find all the printables, digital stickers, and there are automatic monthly sticker deliveries over there as well. If you want to receive the new Snow Globe collection, October 31st is the last day to join Patreon at my top 3 tiers to receive that. And with all that being said, that's it, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Have a great start to the new week. And I will see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.